Hello, I'm Rosella and I'd like to show you today how to make this little tissue pouch with box corners. So to begin, you need two pieces of fabric. This piece is going to be my outer fabric and that needs to be 6 3/4 by 6 inches, and I've added a little bit of lightweight interfacing to the back of this. The lining fabric needs to be 7 3/4 by 6 inches, and that's just going to give us a little bit extra to turn over there. And it's really simple to make. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my machine and I'm going to stitch down this edge here and at this edge here, and that's going to create a little bit of excess fabric within the center, and that's okay. So that's each of the short sides stitched now, and I'm just going to bring my iron in, and I need to then turn it through and I'm going to iron it so that I've got about the same amount of lining showing each side. So let's just kind of finger press that first. A bit more over that way. And give it a little bit further over, I think. Okay, then what I need to do is I need to mark the center of this. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half and I'm just going to pinch it. The same on this side, give it a bit of a pinch. And I've got a heat erasable pen here, so I think I'll actually just draw that center line in. And then I'm going to fold each side to the center so that it meets. And then all I need to do then is to stitch this side and this side. I'm going to hold that together with some pins, I think. Ooh, quilt clips, that'll be good. Make sure that does actually meet. And then I'm just going to go over to the machine down those two short edges. So now I've got my short edges stitched, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of my loose threads. And now I'm going to make the box corners, and this is really easy. So all I need to do is take just a small amount, about maybe 1/4 of an inch, little corner from there. So ignore where that seam line is, you're not going to include that in your measurement. So 1/4 of an inch from there and from there. So let me just cut that out. And you can see that we've got that little bit missing there. And I'm going to go ahead and do that on each of the corners. You could measure this, but this is a tissue box we're making. It's not that important whether it's hugely accurate. There we go. So we've now got our corners. Now what we need to do then is to rearrange our corners so that the seam's facing the other way. So can you see that I'm squashing my corner? Let me just do that again. So it's from there So that's the side is now on top. I'm going to line up that middle crease with the seam there. I'm going to open it out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stitch really close to the edge here. You could always perhaps zigzag over this just to give it a little bit more reinforcement, and I'm going to repeat that on each of the corners. And again, I'm just tidying up any loose threads, and then all we need to do now is turn our tissue box through, and you can see we've got those super little corners. There's 1 and 2. A little bit of a loose, oh, it's loose anyway. And that's perfect. Just to pop some tissues within there. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you find it useful. And if you do, please do subscribe.